Hi, it's me, Brooks. Welcome to Heal This. Not too long ago, I went on a little trip with my family and we went to the ocean. We went to the beach and I was out in the ocean floating with my son, my youngest child, and he wanted to boogie board. And so I was out there with him on a floaty and not too long before we had gotten there, there were shark sightings in very shallow water close to, where we were. So, a lot of people you could tell were kind of really looking and making sure that there weren't any sharks in the water. And so I went out into the water with him and we were just floating around and it felt amazing. And he said, "Mom, do you think there are sharks out here?" And I said, "Yeah, I do. We're in their house. This is where they live. And so we are, in their space." And, I'm like, but it's okay because they really don't want to eat us. They have other sources of food, obviously. And so I'm not going to be afraid. And he just looked at me and he was like, "Okay." And I said, "Yeah, I mean, I've been afraid my whole life. I'm really not going to do that. I missed out on a lot of things because I was afraid, and I'm just not going to be afraid anymore. And I'm paying attention. I'm watching, you know, our family on the shores watching. It'll be okay. And you are out here to have a good time. And so let's just not invite fear. Let's not invite the idea of something bad could happen. Let's just invite fun and have a good time." And so it really got me thinking about the fact that we have a choice every day to be in the vibration of fear or being afraid or being scared or not. And the opposite of those emotions are fun and love and joy and happiness. And so, and feeling safe. And I choose to feel safe. That doesn't mean I get to control everything around me. Yes, there are sharks in the water and sometimes things happen, but I'm not going to live that way. I'm going to choose love instead of fear. And I was recently listening to Pam Gregory. She's an astrologer. I listen to her on YouTube all the time. Very, very interesting, but more importantly, she does her research and she knows it very well. So, but one of the things she talked about is the timeline of love and fear, the differences between the two. And I really love the idea that every morning we could wake up and choose the timeline of love instead of choosing the timeline of fear. Everything is altered depending on the point of origin of the vibration that you are vibrating at. So just understanding that you are the point of origin in the sense that what the vibrational frequency is that you are encompassing pretty much at a constant, you know, constantly, um, is what you will then call in. And so I know for myself, if I wake up in the middle of the night and I start to freak out about, what's happening or what I haven't done, or do I need to pay a bill, or, oh my gosh, I forgot to do something that has, huge consequences. I start to freak out, and then all of a sudden I'm freaking out about things that are totally out of my control and don't really even make sense, which has other scientific implications behind it because of the melatonin in our brain and how it magnifies scary things. That's what we had to do when we had to protect ourselves from, a huge animal trying to attack us in the middle of the night. We don't have to do that anymore. So most of the time we're going to be safe. And so when that starts to happen, I talk myself back from the ledge and I just say, I'm okay. I'm safe. I have a place to live. I have food to eat, and my children are healthy and they are safe too. And I talk myself back and I say, all these things that I'm so worried about, they will be here tomorrow and I can work on them and I can make a list. And so if there is a way for you to take in deep breaths and try to ground yourself and connect to God and something bigger than us, then to remember that the further away we go from that, right? Like I've always said that when I was really struggling with trying to figure out what God was, who God is, and how that relationship shows up in my life, the biggest thing that I could relate to was love, just pure love, knowing me and seeing me and understanding me and knowing that it's coming from a place of love. And the further away we go from love, the more we are going to have a really hard time connecting with something that is love. So trying to not live in the vibrational space of fear or guilt or shame, those are definitely the farthest away from love and happiness, joy, bliss, enlightenment. And so just remember what timeline you want to be on. Do you want to be on the timeline of love, which is going to feel better? It's going to have, you're going to move with more ease. Doesn't mean it's always going to be easy, but it will have more ease to it. There will be peace there. And so just really thinking about that, and when you start to freak out about something, when you start to have moments of panic, really taking a pause. Just remember there's power in the pause, taking a moment to take some deep breaths and to remember that, am I freaking out right now? Am I choosing fear? Am I choosing to be scared? Am I choosing to be afraid? Because gosh, I'm going to miss out on a lot of things if I if I'm stuck in those frequencies of fear and guilt and shame. Or am I going to choose love? And am I going to choose peace? And am I going to choose gratitude? And I try every day to wake up in love and wake up in the vibrational space of joy and gratitude and abundance and all that. And so it has made all the difference in my life. And the more that I can love myself, the more space that I have to love others and to have more compassion for others. And that is the space that I hold to help others and to also just try to be a really good mom and to be a good wife. And that all starts with, you know, listening, power in the pause, taking a moment and to really connect to source energy, which we are a part of. We're a part of all of this energy that the source of all love and light has created for us. So I just wanted to throw that out there as just kind of a mini little hello from Brooks, to choose love every day.